as always, we've got merch for the channel. We have our Nerd Creative range and our Stay Creative range. Links in the description. Get whatever you want. Creatives, how are you? Welcome back to the Nerd Creative channel. DeAgostini Collectibles build the Moomin house. In this video, we'll be completing or starting issue 69 of the build. Grab yourself a coffee, sit back, relax and enjoy. So this is Moomin House, box 17, part 6. With every stage of the build comes with component parts and a magazine. These are the component parts for part 6. There's a really good shot there of the inside. I've got that chandelier up already and the stairs, but I haven't got any other furniture embedded in yet. I do have something around the other side in the kitchen cupboard or something like that there. So we're going to be building the attic window, the dormer window here, and we're going to be finishing the bed here that we did in the last video, part 5. The coming of the great cold, the lady of the cold and the snow horse. Christmas is coming. The Moomins are woken up in midwinter. So here's a list of all the components for part 6 and the step-by-step instructions. So we're going to build in the dormer window and to here, and then we're going to be putting the rest of the bed together. So as always, if you've watched my channel before, that looks really good. I like to make sure that what it says we should have in here, that we have in here. So I'm going to open up the blister so we can have a look and see what's in here. Okay. So we've got fabric that goes on the mattress. That's the mattress there. And then we have, if I can find, it's probably under something here. We have the base of the bed there. On this side, so a lot of these are all doubled up. I'm just going to see if I can see where the window is. There it is. There's the window there. So that's the window. This is the window frame here. I think that's the glass as well. Okay. It doesn't actually list the glass. Then we've got a left roof slope and a right roof slope. So I'm assuming they are these two. Yep. We have this piece here, which is the roof support. And then we've got, should have a couple of these triangles here and here. The dormer left side and dormer right side. And then we've got this little piece of wood here, which is the sill, and then this, which is the dormer front. So we've got everything we're supposed to have at this stage of the build. got our components, we've got our magazine. Let's begin. So I've laid out the first components for building the window, the attic dormer window. So we've got a left and a right side, and then that's the front. So we've got to attach both of these to the front, and they go on at the side like that there. So I'm just going to load up one of these cocktail sticks with glue. So I want to get this window built. I think my glue might be blocked up again. Not again. Okay. Take all this excess off. That's keeping it blocked up. Right. So I'm going to glue the contact points, as always. I've kind of managed to work out which are the contact points on here. So we'll start off with the left one. So this is a contact point here, there, and there. That's not a contact point, but that is. Actually, I didn't have too much. There we go. So lift it back up. So that's a contact point there. And here. So just going to make sure we've got enough glue on here, there. So it goes together like this. Slots in there, and that slots in there like that. I'm just going to clean off the excess. There's quite a bit of excess glue there, but it should dry clear anyway. So that's our first piece there. Just making sure it's flush, which it is. I'm going to put the other side on while I'm here instead of coming back. So same again. I'll probably have to put more glue on here, but start to put some glue on there. Like that. I think that's plenty. So just get some glue right across here on the contact points here and here, and also the here, like that. That's plenty of glue on there. Then we'll put the one on the other side, which is here, like that. Just be careful now. Just take that excess glue off, and then make sure that these stay straight. So I'm going to lay it flat like that, just making sure that these are held in the right position. There we go. So I'm going to leave that to dry, and I'm going to come back. Yes, I put paper towel down because I don't want to get this nicely painted window frame scratched on my desk. So this is the next piece that goes in, and that slips in there like that. So I'm going to put some glue in these two channels. No, they're not channels. They're can't remember the word I was using before. Like can't really remember the word I was using. But you get what I mean. I'm going to put some glue in here on both sides in the contact points like that. In there. Turn it around so you can see it better. Some glue in there. I'll just call them recesses for the moment. Just get some glue in there like that. And then we're going to slide this piece in. I'm hoping that the rest of it has dried, so that goes in there, and that one goes in there, like that. Just making sure I've got it in correctly. Yep, so that's where that goes there. That sits there. And it kind of mirrors this shape here. So I'm going to leave that to dry before I move on to the next part, which is, if I can get it out of this let's see, if I can get it out of the blister, this here, that's the next piece, which is the window sill. Okay, so I've left enough time for this to dry so you can kind of see how it's looking. So we've just got to put the windowsill on, and the windowsill goes on the inside, not the outside. So I'm going to sit it down like that. I'm going to put some glue on here, all across there and there, and then I'm just going to place it inside. I thought it actually was supposed to go on the outside, but it's an internal windowsill. I think with the window on the outside, you don't need a windowsill on the outside. So I'm just going to apply glue to here, this section, like that. Go up the sides, and then the little two ends there, one there and one there. Like that. Just going to wipe off some of this excess glue, and then I'm going to turn it over and fit it in here, in those two holes, like that. Just press it down in place, and that's the internal windowsill put in place. I'm just checking if there's excess glue. There is a bit of excess glue, so I'm just going to clean that up from the top here, like that. Yeah, there's only a bit. There we go. Just make sure all that sill is in place there, and you can see it from the inside of the window. So I'm just going to let that dry before I move on, because we're going to do a bit of staining, some wood staining of this, both sides of this. Just checking, and the interior, we're just going to stain it like we did with the rafters. So I'll mix some paint up so it'll be ready for when I come back, when I've left that enough time to dry, because we're going to be, I think we're going to paint in this wall, all of here, and then both sides of this, probably the windowsill and this bottom bit as well. Actually, I didn't have to pre-mix any paints. I had some from the staining that I did with the last elements rafters that went on the roof structure. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start on this side. I'm going to paint that because everything else is on that side. So I'm going to kind of go like that there. I'm going to put on, and then I'm going to take off like that. Like I did with the others. So I'm going to put on and take off, because we're not painting, we're staining. Now these two sides don't need doing, because when the roof goes on, that'll cover them up. So I'm going to start off in here like this. It's going to work quite quickly, spreading it around, taking off any excess. So it's not brown, it's just stained. So get that back bit done. Well, it's actually the front, but it's the back at the moment. So let's take excess off there like that. Go right down to the bottom of the sill, like that. And just keep going. So put it on and then take it off. so you get the staining effect there. I'm going to do this side like that, just working really quickly with it, so putting on and then taking off like that. Putting on and then taking off like that. It actually brings out the wood grain. So I'm going to do the sill, a little bit of paint, I'm going to run across the sill like that, paint on, paint off in the corners like that. I'm going to do this undersill bit, although you're probably not going to see it ever, so I'll do it anyway. Just paint on, paint off like that. And I'll do this other side. Spread it as far as it can go. Let's get inside here. Pen on, pen off. Make sure you just get it in the corners as well, and then we've just got this piece to do now, this section. Once this is done, it's all done. So I'm just going to move the paint around really quickly into the corners. Pen on, pen off. Just checking to see if I've missed anywhere, like down in the corners there. I think I might have missed there as well. There we go, it's all stained. Like I said, this part and this part will be covered by the roof. As you can see, it's starting to look, because you'll be able to look inside, and that's probably why we have to stain it. So that, I'm going to leave that to dry, just make sure it's not sitting down on any parts that I've painted. So I'll sit it like that there, and you can get a better look at what the dormer looks like before we put the dormer window in. But yeah, it's starting to come together. It'll look really good once we get the window in. So while this interior is drying, I thought I would put the roof on. So I'm going to get the glue again. And I had a little test fit just to work out where the contact points are, which I've found. So this is a contact point here, like that. That's a contact point, and also go up the side there. Let's go up that side and up that side there. That's contact points. Let's take some of this off. This is a contact point there. Need to get more glue. That's quite a lot. I'm going to take some of it off. Like that. And I'll come back for that one. So this is a really big contact point here. Just get the glue on all across here like that. Get the other glue that I'm about to lose. So that's a really big contact point there. And here, up there like that, up that side there, up that side there. Right, that's ready. So it goes straight at the front and at an angle at the back, so it goes on like this, goes in those two holes like that. Just got to line them up. There. Oh, there, they're on now. They're on. Okay, that's that done. There, that's 1/2 done. Just need to clean up the excess. That. There we go. That's half of the roof on. So I'm just going to put the other half on now. Put glue on the contact points of the other side. Like that. So the main contact point is here, there, all the way along, like that. Just trying to avoid touching the blue section. There we go. That's contact point there and there. I might need more glue actually. A little bit more glue than I was expecting. Let's take some of that off. And just on here, that and here. And then on this blue part here, get that last bit of glue that was on the other stick. And there, like that. That's it. Now we get this other roof, and remember it's the straight at the front, which is here, and then kind of slanted at the back. So I get the back one in okay. It's the front one that seems to be a bit of a issue. It was on the other side as well. Let me just see if I can get the blue part in. There we go. It's going in now. There it is. So that's those two have met now. I just need to clean up the glue from the other side. I can't do it with my fingers. It's too narrow. It's right in the joint there. Just clean it up. Like that. There. That's the roof on, and the meat there in the middle. I don't think I actually put glue in the middle bit. I didn't, did I? No, it didn't say to do that either. It just said put glue on the contact points on the windowsill. But there, that's how we're looking. It looks a bit strange like that, but that's the way it goes. You can see that you got the wood come through, the blue and the natural wood, the blue and the natural wood. So that's the back. It's properly on. It's the way it's supposed to be. Yeah. So leave that to dry. So while I'm waiting for the roof to dry and stick together, I'm going to start with the window, and the window has a pin, a hole there, and it has a hole at the top as well. You might not be able to see, there's a hole up there, just there. So what you got to do is, I'm just working out which is the front and which is the back. Right, that's the front, and this is the back. It appears to be. It's like the smooth side. Yeah, the smooth side is on the one that faces outwards. So what you got to do is, you got to, there's a long pin at the top there, and there's a short pin at the bottom, so you got to position and get the long pin in all the way up. I did do a test fit, so push it all the way up like that, as far as it can go, and then it's easier to kind of manipulate the small pin. Let me just see if I can get this window sill up higher. Right, it's right to the top, so I can just slide across and that'll click into place there. So that's the window there, and this smooth side here is the outside, and this here with the kind of groove all the way around, that is the inside, because there is a perspex here. There's a piece of perspex here that sits inside there like that, but we've got to use some of our old friend, not a good friend of mine. We've got to use some double-sided tape here and here, and I've got to see if my double-sided tape, it might need slicing because it has to be the size of this cross here. So I'm going to get my double-sided tape and see how it looks. So I've managed to cut my double-sided tape here, and I've cut it in half. So I'm going to stick, let's see how it feels. Right. So I'm going to stick that there on the vertical, and then I'm going to have to peel it off before I can put the horizontal on. Let me just strip it off again and make sure it's right down at the bottom, like that, there, and then make sure it goes straight up the window. Let's just pull the window in, go straight up the window, because then I'm going to need to cut it at the top of the window, which is about here, there. So I'm going to cut it there, and then I'm going to try and peel it off. Peel the other side off if I can. Whichever side comes away will be golden. I'm probably going to have to go away and come back if it doesn't come off. Let's see if that is it. No, that's the whole thing. Yeah, I'm gonna go away and come back because it's very fiddly. So it's done. As you can see it shining there. I've taken the, I think there might be, let me see. Yeah, I've taken the double-sided tape backing off there. So I just need to fit the window. I was just checking because I thought the window had some film or something on it. Just checking to see if there's any like covering on it. If there's any film or anything on top. There may not be. It didn't say in the instructions. So window's a bit scratched. Yeah, it's quite scratched. I'm just seeing if there's a cover on it that I can peel off. It doesn't say in the instructions that that's what you do. Attach the window, double-sided tape, apply the tape to the side of the window, turn the window over and apply the strip. Should be the same. Yeah, there is a film on here, look. There's a film on there. I'm just going to see if there's one on the other side, because it looked really scratched. I think it's just the film that's scratched on it, because you usually get with perspex things like this here, you get like a film. So I'm just going to peel, see if there's one to peel off this side as well. I think there is. Just going to peel it off so that we've got a clear window. Yep, that's coming off as well. Look. Going to peel it off. There. and the window is completely clear. So I'm going to put the window in onto the double-sided tape like that. There we go. So that's the window on. You can see it catches the light. There we go. That's on the inside, and this is the outside. See there you go. It catches the light there. That's good. Yeah, that's really good. That's the window done, and the window opens and closes. Yeah, I'm really happy with that. So we've got to marry the two together now, the window with the dormer, and there's two tabs on the back there and there, so we've got to put wood glue on there and there, but I think I might put wood glue across here as well, I don't know yet. And there's two holes here and here where the windowsill holds on to, just with that. It doesn't actually hold on with anything else. But I might actually put some cement there. I might do that. I might put some Tamiya cement on because it's plastic. Yeah, I think I might do that just to make sure it's held in place. So I'll start off with the wood glue on the tabs. There. So the tabs are here and here. It's going to get the sides as well, like that there. And then I'm going to put some Tamiya wood cement on the frame, like this, just so that it's got a bond at the top section, like that. It doesn't say to do that, but I'm going to do that. I'm going to put some Tamiya cement. I'm not going to put a lot on, just enough so it bonds where it needs to, which is here, keeping it away from the window that opens and closes. I mean, I may not be able to open and close it. Right, so there we go. So we've got to marry these two together now, making sure that you've got it on the right way round, which this is. So fit the tabs in. And, that side's in. I'm not sure if it is. Let's just see. That tab's right. That tab's in there. That tab's in. Just double checking this side. All right. Yep. Both tabs are in. Just going to clean off that excess glue at the bottom, although you're never going to see it, like that. And I'm going to press and hold the top part in where I put the cement. There. That is it. That is everything that we need to do. So I'm just going to hold this in place while it adheres and bonds. So yeah, I've removed the paper towel. So this is what we're left with here. And the window does open and close, but I'm not going to do it at the moment while it's still bonding. But there, that's the window in the roof, finished. Well, not finished because we're going to be putting tiles on. Maybe in the next issue, but not in the next video. So this is what we're left with there, and we've not quite finished 69, issue 69. We've got, in the next video we'll be finishing the bed, which is here, doing the mattress and putting the pillow and the duvet cover on that we did in a couple of videos ago. So we've done half issue 16. I've got the remaining components. I've got the mattress, I've got the board, and I've got the material that goes around this mattress here. So yeah, this is where we are, and this blue will be the same blue that covers the outside of the house, and the panel sits on there. It'll be completely blue with a red roofs. So that's the roof of the that's the dormer there. That's the roof that we will be doing, and that's the window that we've done. So I'll leave it, once it's dried, I'll leave it with the window open, like it, you know, that like there. But yeah, that's, yeah, I'm really happy with the way that went together. I had no problems with it. It's really good. So I'm going to leave it there to dry. Yeah, that's really good. I'd like to thank you for your company. I'll see you in the next video. Stay creative.